All right, so today we're going deep on Spanish tildes.
Tildes.
You know those little
Yeah.
squiggly lines above
Yeah.
some of the vowels?
Exactly.
You know, our listeners actually sent in some exercises from Jaime Lara,
Oh, wow.
the Spanish language expert.
That's great.
So we're going to be looking at those
Nice.
and kind of using them as a jumping off point to really explore.
I mean, they're important.
Yeah, and I remember learning about them in Spanish class,
Yeah.
but I don't know, they always felt kind of like a chore.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, why can't Spanish just be straightforward?
Well, you know, they're like,
Yeah.
think of them like the spices in a dish.
Oh, okay.
You know, they add that extra depth and flavor.
Oh,
Without them, Spanish would sound really flat,
right.
almost robotic.
Yeah.
The tilde tells you where to put the emphasis.
Okay.
It gives the language its distinct musicality.
So it's not just about getting the pronunciation right.
It's not just the pronunciation. It's about capturing the soul,
Yeah.
the rhythm,
Yeah, like how a native speaker would
how a native speaker would use it.
actually use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well.
And, you know, incorrect tilde placement can actually lead to some pretty funny,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes embarrassing misunderstandings.
I bet.
Yeah, it's like accidentally telling someone you are the road instead of walking down it.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already cringing at the thought of all the tilde-related blunders I've made.
We've all been there.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
So let's get down to business.
Yeah.
What exactly is a tilde?
So a tilde,
And why is it so powerful?
it's a diacritical mark,
Okay.
that little squiggle above a vowel,
Right.
and it indicates the stressed syllable in a word.
Got it.
Spanish pronunciation really hinges on this stress.
Right.
And the tilde guides you, tells you exactly which part of the word to emphasize.
So it's like a roadmap for your voice.
Perfect analogy. So, and here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Spanish words are categorized based on where that stress falls.
Okay.
We have agudas, llanas, and esdrújulas.
Now, those words definitely ring a bell
Yeah.
from Spanish class.
Yeah.
I'm a little fuzzy on the details, though.
Sure.
Can you refresh my memory?
Of course. Yes, so you know Jaime Lara's exercises.
Right.
Give us a perfect playground
Okay.
to practice these.
All right, game on.
Uh-huh.
Let's put on our detective hats
Yeah,
and decode these tilde mysteries.
exactly.
Where do we start?
Well, let's start with our dramatic finishers,
Okay.
the agudas.
Okay.
The rule here is if an aguda word
Yeah.
ends in enses or a vowel,
Okay.
it gets a tilde on that last emphasized syllable.
So a word like raton, meaning mouse,
Raton, exactly.
would need a tilde
Yes.
because it's an aguda
Uh-huh.
ending in endas.
It sits the rule, so
Okay.
it gets a tilde.
Okay.
You see like a little puzzle.
Yeah.
But the pieces fit together.
I'm feeling smarter already.
Good.
What about llanas?
Llanas, okay.
Are they just as straightforward?
They're a bit like mirror images of agudas
Okay.
when it comes to the rules.
Okay.
A llana word gets a tilde
Yeah.
on the second to last syllable,
Okay.
only if it does not end in
Right.
emes or a vowel.
So it's like reverse psychology.
Exactly.
It's the opposite.
So the word arbol,
Arbol.
meaning tree,
Yes.
would need a tilde because it ends in ill,
Exactly.
which is not an innes or a vowel.
Spot on. You're getting the hang of this.
Okay.
Arbol follows that rule.
Okay. I'm starting to feel like a tilde ninja.
Nice.
What about esdrújulas?
Esdrújulas.
Those always have a tilde, so that's easy peasy.
You got it.
All right.
They're the most consistent of the bunch.
Okay.
Always sporting that tilde on the third to last syllable.
Music to my ears.
Oh.
But I know languages love to throw curveballs.
Oh, yeah.
Did Jaime Lara include any of those sneaky exceptions? Oh, you bet he did.
Okay.
And sometimes those exceptions are the best teachers.
Right.
They force us to pay attention.
Yeah, like when you make a mistake in a recipe and you never forget it again.
Exactly.
So what tilde traps did he have in store for us?
Well, remember that word we mentioned earlier?
Right.
Cafe.
Cafe.
It's a perfect example of
Yeah.
an exception that proves the rule.
So the stress is on FE,
Yes.
making it an aguda, but it ends in a vowel.
Yes.
So shouldn't it follow the normal rule?
You would think.
Yeah, and not have a tilde.
You nailed the thought process.
Okay.
But here's the catch.
Okay.
Even though it ends in a vowel,
Yeah,
it still needs a tilde. Cafe.
got it.
It's just one of those special cases.
So exceptions are good teachers.
They are.
This one will definitely stick.
Good.
Are there any other tricky ones that come to mind?
Absolutely.
Okay.
How about the word soldado,
Okay, soldado.
meaning soldier?
Okay.
It's a llana word Because the stress falls on the DA,
Okay.
but notice it ends in a vowel.
Right.
So even though it's a llana,
Yeah.
it doesn't get a tilde.
So it's kind of like the opposite of cafe. It
Yeah.
follows the llana ending rule, but doesn't get a tilde because of that vowel.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's all about understanding those patterns and remembering those key exceptions.
This is starting to feel less like a chore and more like a fun puzzle.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating is that these tildes are more than just marks on paper.
Right.
They change the entire feeling of a word.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's like they add this layer of emotion
Exactly.
to the pronunciation.
Think about the word Malaga.
Malaga.
It's an esdrújula,
Right.
so we know it has to have a tilde.
Yeah.
But if you were to pronounce it without the tilde,
Malaga.
it would lose its Spanish flair.
Yeah, it sounds so flat
Exactly.
compared to the proper Malaga.
It does.
Like the tilde has a little bit of magic.
Yes, and that's the beauty of understanding tildes.
Right.
They're not just about getting the grammar right.
Yeah.
They're about unlocking the soul of the language.
So we've really been cracking this tilde code,
We have.
but it's like we've uncovered
Yeah.
a whole new dimension
Uh-huh.
of Spanish pronunciation.
It's true. These little marks, they're tiny but mighty.
I know it's incredible how much impact these small details have
I know.
on the rhythm,
Uh-huh.
the feeling,
Yeah.
the essence of the language.
It's fascinating.
It really is.
Yeah.
I used to think of grammar as
Uh-huh.
kind of dry and technical,
Mm.
but this has been fun,
I'm glad.
exploring tildes with you.
It is fun.
So
Yeah.
for our listeners out there
Yes.
who are now ready to conquer the tilde challenge themselves,
Uh-huh.
what are the key takeaways?
So first and foremost, remember those three categories
Okay.
of words based on stress.
Right.
Agudas, llanas, and esdrújulas.
Yeah.
Once you identify where the stress falls, you're halfway there.
Right. It's like figuring out the beat of the word,
Exactly.
which tells you which tilde rule to apply.
And those rules are pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Agudas get a tilde on the last syllable if they end in ends or a vowel.
Mhm.
Llanas get a tilde on the second to last syllable only if they do not end in ends or a vowel.
Okay.
And esdrújulas are the easy ones.
Yeah.
Always have a tilde on the third to last syllable.
But like we learned, there's always a few rebels.
Oh yeah, those exceptions are important.
Right.
Words like cafe and soldado might try to trick you,
Right.
but you're armed with the knowledge now
I know.
to outsmart them.
This whole deep dive has made me realize that learning a language
Yeah,
is so much more than memorizing vocabulary
it is.
and grammar rules.
Yeah, it's about understanding those
Yeah.
subtle nuances
Yeah.
that make the language come alive.
And that's where tildes really shine.
They do.
It's like they're these little whispers that tell you how to pronounce the word.
Uh-huh. With the right feeling,
Yeah.
the right emphasis,
The right soul.
the right soul.
It's like they give you this secret window into the heart of the language,
It's true.
the way native speakers really experience it.
That's the magic of language learning.
So for our listeners out there who are feeling inspired to dive deeper into Spanish,
Yeah, what advice would you give them?
what advice would you give them?
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Right.
Embrace the challenge.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that every little step you take brings you closer to fluency.
And never underestimate the power of those tiny tildes.
That's right.
They might seem small, but they hold the key
They do.
to unlocking the true beauty and rhythm of the Spanish language.
Well said.
So to all our listeners out there,
Yes.
keep practicing, keep exploring,
Keep those tildes sharp.
and hasta la próxima.